jumping so horribly. And you know that twitch, 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 twitch. And I'm superstitious, you know? I'm kinda like,
But how much rest have you been?
I don't sleep well throughout the night. And I think a lot of that is contributing because I take about 67 pills a day. I just swallowed them a minute ago because I had to be on a full stomach before I take the aromasin pill. It'll have me bent over. Um, and it has me in like an insomnia. It has me like that insomnia. I was getting ready to say, sweetheart. So sometimes I take all PM. I wake up with migraines real bad. I got up about 3 o'clock this morning. I took a migraine pill because I was having bad migraines this side of my face, ears and jaws and stuff. And my husband, he was talking to me. He was like, "You okay?" Yeah, he is sweet, and it's like, oh Lord, I'm on tube. Never mind. I dropped that pill. I said, "Honey, you gonna have to find that pill, cause for 5 pills it cost me $60 on insurance. You gonna have to find that pill." Because you asked me 50,000 questions, and I'm trying to focus, and I can't see stuff up close. I have to have my glasses on so I can see, you know. So he got all on the floor with the flashlight, and he found it. So, like, I have to with my medicines. I either have to put it on my big dresser and do it when I have space, but I prefer to put it on my bed. Open all my medicines up on the bed so where it falls, it won't easily bounce. It'll just be in the bed somewhere. I just know I got to go through the sheets.
Well, now, if you don't have a pill box, the daily pill,
I need to get one. I'm not good with that.
because when
I've had 2 of them. I'm not good with that.
you open it, just dump it cup hand, and very seldom your pills
You're right.
just fall right in your hand.
All right. Okay. I have to go back to the pill box. It's in one of those boxes. I just probably buy new ones. I don't feel like going through all those boxes. You know, I just don't. You know, and I just buy a new one, and I'll do it like that because I need one that's like AM and PM.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I have to get me some Nyquil or something. Not Nyquil. Nyquil Z.
Sleep aid, yeah.
Yeah,
They
kind
can
of.
see Z-Quil.
Z-Quil. There you go. Because maybe that's what that is.
Yes, because you can just wipe out that other state that you made.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Because you have to remember the eye condition, and the nerves may be becoming damaged, and that will cause a
Yeah.
jerking like that too.
Okay. Thank you. Because I do need to see my eye doctor. I saw him last September, but he wasn't much help. He said my eyes have not changed. I'm like, I know my eyes have changed. Because if I'm wearing bifocals and I still got to use a magnifying glass, my eyes have changed. So I went to a new guy because he was down the street. Like, I'm gonna go back where I was over 30 minutes away. Go see that person.
Well, that old saying, if something is broken, don't try to fix it. Because when you try to fix it, that's when you do all kind of damage.
I guess so.
That's why years ago I was going to Dr. Linda Pope, and I may start going back to her, but for the past 7 years, this lady and this elderly guy who's retired now from Harris Health System has been keeping me seeing decently well, along with God's grace, of course. But and I know Dr. Pope is good, but when it gets to the point where it's an inconvenience or something for me to wait for a 6-month appointment or something like that, then I'll get back with her before she retires.
Yeah.
And she's very, very good.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, she used to be married to the rheumatologist, Samuel Pilgrim. She used to be married to Samuel Pilgrim.
Okay. She sounds familiar. I mean, she sounded like she was in the Astrodome area.
A while back, she was out there.
Okay. Okay.
At one time, she was in a big mansion-looking house on Chester off of Main Street through there.
I don't know about
You know
that.
where the Texas State Optical on Main Street,
Yeah.
diamond across from
Yeah.
Bank.
Oh.
Just going around the curve and take that right back and curve around, and the big place was right there. But
Okay.
I understand now she's back in the medical center between Maine and Van.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's the same person I'm talking about. Okay, she's a very nice lady.
Yeah,
She's very nice.
she's over at Brentwood.
Okay. Okay. Because I used to have my students, I think, when I taught at Everest, go there for externship.
Oh,
She was pretty nice. She was very nice. She reminded me of my endocrinologist. That's a whole other story. You'd have missed that conversation this morning, girl. I got you up on that. $10 for this, $25 for that. Girl. Okay.
that's worth
Anyway.
it than going to Vegas and having at the room like $139 a day, and you gotta pay for Wi-Fi.
Really?
$8 for Wi-Fi.
Lord.
I'm taking my tab and my phone out on the sidewalk.
Okay. Okay.
It's free.
Free. Girl, that's sad. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna come back to this, Sarah.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's go back to point of service plan. I think we finished up the PPO plan. Okay, let me finish one more conversation about the PPO plan. I know I'm abstract all over the page. I know I'm all over the page. Preferred provider organization. Preferred provider organization, PPO. Organization. Okay, so that means you have PAR providers and who's that? And non-PAR, girl, you own it. Where you been? Okay. All right. So non-PAR providers. Okay, she's good. Okay. When they're PAR providers, they are held to a contract between the insurance company and the physician, okay, and hospital, okay. Those are called providers. It could be like a physical therapist, occupational therapist, a speech therapist, ambulance. Those are called providers. Prescription companies, things of that nature. Okay, so they are held to a contracted rate. Okay, so let me write that in red. Okay, and anything else is an adjustment. Okay, an adjustment is like a write-off. Okay, or it could be billed to the patient. Either one is up to the discretion of the office and the SOP manual of that office. Okay, now contracted rate. Let's just suppose. Let me give you an example. Okay. Okay. So here's an example. Let's suppose 99201 is $100. Okay. This CPT code. This is a CPT code. Okay. And let's suppose Aetna Aetna PPO is going to pay, they're going to pay like 80%, okay? So 80% of 100 is 80, okay? And because it's a par provider, and with Aetna, they're going to do an adjustment, okay? They're going to do an adjustment, let's just say $27, okay? And so the provider what's $80 minus 27? 53, okay? So the provider is going to get paid $53, okay? So now, 20% is $20. So the patient pays, and I'm sorry for right now, all over the board. Patient pays $20, okay? Aetna pays $53, okay? So altogether, 53 plus 20, the provider has gotten paid $73. The adjustment is $27. Now, they said the office discretion of the practice manager, the SOP manual, if they want to still bill the patient or write it off. Okay? What was it? This class I spoke to about write-offs at the end of the year and how you keep up with taxes for the physician's office, business taxes with the physician's office, and then the physician gets to write off a certain amount, or he gets to sell it to a collections agency for a certain amount. Did I tell y'all about that? Okay, I thought I did. Okay, so now the physician will get his 100%, or he'll just get the 73%, and the patient may decide, I done gave y'all enough money. I pay my premium. I ain't paying y'all another $5 a month because I'm sick of everybody trying to get out of my money. It's just real life. It's the truth, am I not?
No, honey,
It's the truth.
They really can get on.
They can really get on your nerve with that. Okay? And if they send $5 a month, better something than nothing. Okay, try to negotiate as much as you can, but if that's what they want to send to keep y'all from sending them to the collections agency, that's fine. Remember that when you're doing a collections on a patient or something like that, you're going to end up doing aging reports, and we're going to talk about that. And in those aging reports, you have 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, 180 days. It's up to you where you want to stop. And at some point, you can negotiate and sell this to a collection agency. If your cumulative amount is for the year that you have not collected $10,000, you can sell, because that patient has signed rights for you to collect the debt. If the debt is not collected, you can post on their credit, read out papers, read what the patient signed, so that when they come back at you, you shouldn't do that. That's my credit. Yes, I can, because you signed it right here with that date right there. So do you want me to give you a copy? I'll give you a copy. That's fine with me.
What class? Understand? You don't respond to your patient the way that she was responding to her patient.
That's my inside voice when I talk to my patients. Okay, that's my inside voice. Okay, so my inside, and I'm like, yes, and I'm, so that's my inside voice. I have to relieve myself. Okay, but thank you. Yes, exactly. So if I got $10,000 of cumulative debt at the end of the year, you can sell it to the collection agency. Okay, you're gonna work business with the collection agency. Okay, and let's suppose you have 30 patients with altogether that's equal up to $10,000. You sell it to the collection agency for like maybe $7,000. Okay, They in turn are going to take all those patients and they're going to work their hardest to collect on those accounts. Okay, and they're going to make up for that $3,000 loss on your half, but that's going to be their profit. Okay, that's how they do what they do when they call you and say, "Ma'am, you owe $500. I'm willing to negotiate today. I can give you 50% if you pay us off at $250. We can close your account today." Do that. They in turn get a percentage of every closeout deal. So that's why they make those deals like they do.
So for example, if they go to your credit and you check your credit and you're like, oh, I owe this or they have this in my credit and you want to call to write that off or they can write it off, and you say, oh, I want to deal with you. I could pay this much and you take it off.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. And be sure when you do that, keep track of your receipts, like your debit card receipts or something like that on your bank statements, or make sure they send you a letter of proof that you paid out that account and negotiated amount. So that way, in case like maybe 6 months from now, you want to recheck your credit and it's still on their credit, that means that they were slow. They may have had it on Experian. What's the other one? TransUnion
And Equifax.
and Equifax. They may have it on TransUnion, but Equifax and Experian don't have it just yet. You see what I'm saying? And so you still kind of messed up 1 out of 3. Okay, so you're going to have to send them proof of that payment. Because I could tell you, I don't know how many bills me and my husband have paid off, and still we get repeat calls. And we're like, didn't they just? And so now we have to go back in all those boxes and find all that stuff. And like, yeah, because I could have sworn we took care of all that. You'd be amazed how folks regenerate accounts. You would think after 7 years or so many years, it would just go. Mm-mm. They will keep it going until you say, stop, here you go. And it takes time to do that. It takes a lot of time to do that. So I would say to you, make sure on a personal level, you keep up with your stuff, okay? And make sure when you do sell to a collector's agency or something like that, make sure that their tax consultant knows that and what negotiated amount you have done. You know, and you have to also sign a confidentiality form that you gave permission for so many patients to be released over to these collection agencies for them to do that. And you make sure you have that paperwork signed on like file, because you have some smart Alex, you know what I mean. That's my insight. Okay, so okay, so. Okay, does anybody have any other questions about PPO and how that works? Okay, y'all are more than welcome to take pictures of the board. So if y'all have any questions to ask me later, I know I'm all over the page. Okay, now I talked to y'all, okay, this is point of service plan. Point of service plan is the best of both worlds. I love point of service plan. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. Less expensive, expensive, most expensive. Okay? Now, I get the most expensive because of my healthcare needs. Okay? I know what I require. I am my own best advocate. I know I am a regular of the Need Health Nation. Okay? Sorry, laughing at me. Okay, so on the co-insurance side, on the copay side, if it's in network, okay? Again, how that works is, remember we talked about the PPO side, okay? So $40 for the specialist, by example, okay? It's not solidified, it's just by example. $60 for the specialist, okay? Now, let's suppose I decide that I want to see, my PCP is going to send me to see some other specialists for, I don't know, allergies, okay? And I say, you know what, I really don't like that doctor. You know, I done heard things or whatever, my reason, okay? I do have an allergist, and I prefer to see my allergist back where I used to live, like way 35 minutes away on the east side of town. Okay. And I say, well, I'm gonna go see that allergist over there. Okay. And then they insurance verifier may look and see, well, ma'am, she's on your plan, but she's not in network. She's out of network. So I'm going to be subject to what? What did I say about co-insurance plans? Therefore, I'm going to be subject to what? What do I have to meet? I have to meet the deductible. So if I go out of network because I want to be choosy and I know who I want to stick with, and I'm just stubborn like that. Okay, because I know how she works and she understands me, I understand her, and we got a long-standing relationship. So why do I want to start over? Okay, so I'm gonna go and see her. Yeah, I'm gonna pay that $500 deductible if that's what that is, or $1,000 deductible if that's what that is, or I'm just gonna pay whatever it is, fee for service, FFS, fee for service. Okay, fee for service is another term to do this in black. This is kind of different, so I'm just gonna box it out. Fee for service. Fee for service is paying the office visit at amount value. Okay? So that's almost like saying, in a temporary way, I don't have insurance, but fee for service, today's visit is $225. I pay the $225. They're gonna bill the insurance company. They're gonna put on there how much I paid, and it's going to credit on the insurance company side that she paid $225 out of her pocket. So that's gonna leave how much of my deductible? If it's a $500 deductible, it's gonna leave me how much? $500, $250, 50. No, $250.
Oh.
Oh, $225. You said it right, Sarah. If I pay $225, you're right. $275. You're right. It's going to be $275. Okay. If I have $1,000 deductible, then you're going to minus that $225 out that $1,000 deductible, and that's on the insurance part of it. Okay. And you're going to keep paying fee for service. What if I have some labs and stuff? And my office visit going to accumulate to $500. I'm gonna pay that $500, and they're gonna bill it to the insurance company anyway, and they're gonna zero out my balance. But they're gonna see that, oh, Miss Harper been paying fee for service out of her pocket. Okay, well she got one more visit. Oh, she got another visit coming through. Okay, well she met her deductible. Do y'all get that? Okay, it can be done either way. Okay, remember I told you how when I had to have a CT scan and I had a $500 deductible, for example, and I had to pay $500 plus $320, I think it was, and it came up to be $820. Either way, however you want to do it. Okay. All right. Now, the out-of-pocket max, the lifetime max. So our network is beneficial when you want to co-insurance, when you want to see physicians that are not in network, but it still give you coverage room to see it under the insurance plan. Are y'all getting this? Okay. Me personally, I prefer point of service plans because again, I know me. I stay in the office. Okay, and I've been like that for years. Okay. Exclusive provider organization. Again, it has its best of both worlds. It works the same way. The only difference is that insurance plan has, all of them have underwriters. Underwriters are, okay, let's suppose I'm an underwriter and you're Kroger's grocery chain throughout the whole 52 United States. You're Kroger's, okay? And let's suppose they go by regions. Okay, so this is the southern region, okay? And so you're going to make up the insurance plans for the southern regions. Because when I used to work for Prudential, we had is it East in Connecticut?
Yeah.
Okay.
Northeast and something like that.
Okay. East in Connecticut, California, West. I think it was Minnesota or Wisconsin. No, Minnesota. And then we had Prudential here in Sugar Land. Okay. So I'm Aetna. Okay. And you're Kroger's. You're the senior human resource person for the South Division, okay? And you want to meet with me, and we're going to discuss how we're going to offer insurance plans to all the employees of Kroger's in the South region, okay? And I'm going to tell you ABC. Okay, we can write a plan like this, this, and this. And it's going to cost Kroger's $5.4 million a year to cover everybody in the South region. You see that? Okay. So I'm giving you HMO plan, PPO plan of Aetna, and a point of service plan of Aetna. Okay. Now I'm telling you, this is our typical, how can I say, foundation of coverage for any company we're going to offer. This is our foundational coverage. Okay. Now, let's suppose I show you all the contracts and what we have to offer, and okay, let me back that up. It's going to be $5.4 million for HMO. It's going to be $6.2 million for PPO, and point of service is going to be 8.3. Okay, a lot of money. Okay, all right. So, and we covering so many people for each amount. Okay, now you're going to say, well, can I take the HMO and the PPO? Okay, we'll just throw in that point of service, and let's rewrite the contracts. Okay, I know you have it written on a broad scale what you offer to other employer companies, but I want to get it exclusively written my way. Okay, I don't want to pay out so many. I don't want. Remember I said about HMO companies, they're the gatekeepers, HMO insurances. Okay, and you have up to 40 to 60 visits per year under the HMO for PCP visits. Are y'all getting this? Okay. Now, you may say, I want to. How much would it cost to get like 30 visits for the year for HMO? For PCP, 20 visits for specialists per year for PCP, so much for hospitalization, so much for ER, blah, blah, blah. And then also we break it down for PPO and point of service plan. Now, I can go in there, it's called actuaries. Actuaries, I know it's a financial term in business. That's what accountants do at the insurance companies, actuaries, okay? I can go in there and reformulate what you want, exclusive for Kroger's South Division, okay? And I'm going to rewrite it and give it a new variable, and then I'm going to re-propose it to you. Okay, this is what we can do with the HMO plan, and it's going to cost each employee $1,200. 70% of $1,200 is what? What's 70% of $1,200? Somebody do the math. 70%. So $1,200 times 0.7.
Like 840. Now, are you talking thousand?
Like per person.
840. Okay, then it's gonna be like $8.40.
So it's $840. Okay, so $840 minus $1,200.
$360.
What is it?
$360.
So 360. 360 divided by 2. 180. So pre-tax, before taxes, that employee is going to pay $180 out their check every 2 weeks. Pre-tax. Okay? Now, it's exclusively written to where every employer, and this is just across the board, every employer, no matter who you work for, Walgreens, CVS, if you have insurance, employers are paying 70% of your insurance. So y'all griping and complaining about paying $250 every 2 weeks. You really shouldn't be griping and complaining. You ought to be glad. Okay? Now, if they propose those 3 packages, and say, you know what, I like that. And let's suppose I work the variables or the formulas, the accounting formulas, to where this is going to be
$2 million. I don't know how much I said first. It's gonna be cheaper than that first package, just cheaper, that cheap. And you're gonna like it. Then I have written it exclusively for Kroger's grocery store, but the Southern Division. Okay? Because the East Division may be different from the West Division and the South Division, because it's huge. Okay? So, and then you have borderlines, you have borders of states and counties and stuff like that. That's the whole nother digression of conversation. But are you getting what I'm saying? So exclusive providers are exclusively underwritten policies, exclusively tailor-made for that company. That's why it's called EPOs. Are y'all getting this? Okay. And EPOs are the best of both worlds. So it works both the same way. Major medicals. Major medicals are not obligated to provider contracts. They're not obligated to provider contracts. Okay. They're more or less your non-par people. Okay. They get paid. Now, the benefits for being a par provider is that when you're a participating provider and you're contracted with Aetna or Cigna or United Health, you're getting like free marketing. Okay. Remember how they used to give those books, Sarah? Those insurance books, and they had all these providers.
Formularies and all that.
Yeah, all these different providers listed in here. That's kind of like free market. Well, it's not free, but you're kind of paying for it. Okay. That's a form of marketing. Okay. If you go online, Aetna online, and you put in your zip code, and you want to find rheumatologists, 77469 zip code, you're going to find all the rheumatologists in that area, and they're going to pop up. But it's going to only pop up those that are contracted with those physicians. Are y'all getting this? Okay. Now, but with major medicals, they don't have a contract. So if you find that a doctor's office is not listed on there, but they can accept it as a major medical, and get paid. And sometimes the insurance companies may not necessarily pay them or recognize them, and the patient may have to file themselves, meaning that they're going to have to pay fee for service out their pocket. You're going to have to complete a CMS 1500 form. You are not supposed to charge them for the CMS 1500 form. I have seen physicians charge patients for some of everything. I got to tell you about that. And so you give that to the patient and tell them, here's a diagnosis code, here's a procedure code, we filled it all out for you. We even checked no for assignment of benefits. We also we didn't want you to sign over here for the assignment of benefits on box 13, but box 12 we did, sign that in case they need more information, but you're going to have to file it yourself. And so when you get reimbursed, they're going to reimburse the patient back, not the physician. Are y'all getting this? Okay. All right. So no such major medicals for Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Cigna, United Health, or Aetna. If anybody tell you that, tell them to call me so I can pay a consult visit and get paid $75 an hour. I need to change. I ain't saying 75 cents. I said $75. Okay. Because I got to have my change. Medicare replacement. Yay. The use of commercial insurance being underwritten by Medicare and funded by Centers of Medicare Medicaid Services for better choice of care for Medicare qualified patients. Aetna, for example, is a Medicare replacement. So I give you my mom, for example. She, instead of her getting the traditional, I don't know what you're proposing to get one day.
I'm proposing traditional, and I'll pick somebody else for the plan C and D.
Oh, okay, great, fantastic. So, like my mom, she has, I was gonna say Aetna, but I think she has United Health, okay? But she has it through a popular physician provider company in Houston, okay? And so when she goes see the doctor, she only pays a copay. It's just kind of simple in her mind, okay? That's what she liked. We found a lot of seniors or Medicare patients, that's what they like. They want to keep it simple. Streamline, simple. They don't want to have to guess 20%. They don't want to have to they don't want to have to pay no deductible. It is what it is. If it's $20, that's all I can afford. That's in my budget. That's all I want to pay is $20, not a penny more. Thank you very much. Okay. So he or she may have a United Healthcare insurance card, and it's going to look like that. Okay. And it may have in small writing, fine print at the bottom where it has AARP and it has Medicare and all like that. But that's to let you know that it's Medicare funded. They're just using Aetna's plan as an underwriting guideline, okay, for it to pay. Okay, are y'all getting this? That's like your famous what they have, that Texan Plus and what the other one is. Today's Options. I used to work for Today's Options. Today's Options.
Community health choice.
Community Health Choice. Okay, you have Community Health Choice. Okay, very good, very good. Thank you. Okay, so are y'all understanding that? Okay, so now you're probably saying, well, Miss Harper, why are you saying all of this today? It's because when you do a job as a financial insurance verifier, you really have to be, and you'll get very knowledgeable over time. You'll be so knowledgeable over time, you'll love educating the patients on how they stuff work. Because a lot of times they pay these premiums and stuff, and they don't know what the world they're paying for. All they know is that look good and that looks like it work on my budget. Let me hurry up because open enrollment going in on Friday. Let me hurry up pick something. They have no idea what they picked. But you learning the insurance plans, all of them, you have a way of talking to them and helping them, and they just love you. And before you know it, baby, you call them for like a $27 collection, they'll be glad to pay that $27 because they're going to feel like they can trust you. Why? Because you have formed a what? Relationship. Relationship is everything. If you ain't got relationships, baby, you broke. Even Tina Turner knew that. Tina Turner, when she got through with Ike, baby, and she got that hotel room, how did she get that hotel room? Her name, because she established what? Relationships. Ask Tina. Ike knew better. Okay. Let's see where we at in the book. What time is it? We got 15 minutes till. Have y'all started on y'all chapter 3 work?
Mm-hmm.
How did y'all do with that?
Small, because I thought it was going to be a thicker package, but the back is mostly in class. Like,
Oh, in class time work?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have to get back to that. Okay, what about chapter 4? Have y'all started on chapter 4? Okay, so we'll look at chapter 4 in a few. So it's 12:40. Okay, so let's look at chapter 4, and then I'm gonna have y'all turn all that in. I think I gave y'all all the way to chapter 6, right? So I have y'all turn all that in next Tuesday. So try to finish it up. I don't want to rain on your parade for a holiday. So that way I get the grade. Oh, that's right. You have grades, you said?
mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll get that from you in a minute. Okay, fantastic. Okay. All right, so let's look at chapter 4. I'm going to kind of breeze on through there. Did y'all have any other questions for me? I pretty much went through everything. Life cycle of an insurance plan. I don't think I've talked about that. Okay, so let's look at page 69. I want to talk about that for a minute. Life cycle of an insurance claim. Okay. So is everybody on page 69? Okay. So life cycle on an insurance claim. So phase 1, patient appointment and registration. Okay. Means you're going to get all their demographics on the phone. Patient appointment and pre-registration. Insurance information. You're going to get that from the patient when they make the appointment. when you call to verify the appointment. So a lot of times your routine may be where you're going to verify the insurance or their appointment 2 or 3 days before they actually come for the appointment, or a day or two before they come for the appointment. Okay. HIPAA notice of privacy. Make sure that they sign that. Insurance identification card copy. Why is that important to copy the insurance identification card? So no one else could try to use it. Also, when you're copying the insurance identification card, make sure you get their Texas state ID or their Texas driver's license. Okay, there has been so much insurance fraud you would not believe. Okay, patient signature requirements. We're going to talk about the CMS 1500, box 12, box 13, box 27. Those are 3 important boxes. All of it is important, but those 3 boxes are very important. If you don't remember nothing else, 12, 13, 27. 12, 13, 27. Hey, want to write that down for a quiz? 12, 13, 27. 12, 13, 27. Okay. All right. Then phase 2, medical services performed and encounter form completed. Okay, so medical services performed. That means that the patient was roomed back. He was taken to the back and he was roomed, and the nurse did the SOAP notes. The subjective, that's the nurse and the patient conversation. Objective, that's the physician and the patient's conversation. Assessment, that's the doctor. He's doing the what? Review of systems. How many systems of the body are there? 12, okay? 12 systems of the body. So maybe he reviewed 12, 3 out of 12, 4 out of 12, 1 out of 12, 2 out of 12, okay? And then he's going to give what kind of codes in the assessment part? And procedure. Very good. And then the P is for plan. What does plan have to do with anything? What does that tell you about the plan? Prescriptions. And if they're going to be referred out. Very good, very good. Okay, so the medical service is performed. Okay, that's the notes. The encounter form is completed. That's the CMS 1500, or you can have a what do you call that? Super bill. Okay, as long as it is CMS justified. If it's CMS justified, the super bill, then it's okay. Okay. Patient's financial data posted and patient checkout. Okay. So, patient data posted, that means sometimes the patient, like I had to yesterday at my doctor's visit, I paid the $60 copay. Sometimes you have to pay that copay before you see the doctor. It just depends. And then sometimes if it's kind of a relaxed environment, if you will, they trust you to pay it on your way out. Okay. And so that's what I did. On my way out, Miss Parker, blah, 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 $60. I'm like, oh goodness, here you go. Okay, thank you. Hallelujah. Okay. All right. So stage 3, insurance claim electronically created. Okay. Now, somewhere in between, in the midst of that, before the insurance claim is electronically, or while the insurance claim is electronically created, you have to do your coding. The code from the electronic medical record or the electronic health record. Remember, I think I said this once before, the electronic health record is on a broad spectrum. The electronic medical record is on a narrow spectrum. Electronic medical record is more personal to that physician's office. Electronic health record is more broad on the healthcare spectrum. And they all have limited information by way of a portal. That portal is the RHIO. We talked about that once before, either in this class or my night class. If I didn't talk about it with y'all, maybe it was in my night class. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, and then you have to do your coding. You have to make sure, okay, how many minutes did he stay? We're going to talk about all those variables. How many minutes did he stay with the patient? Was it moderate? Was it straightforward? Was it high complexity? Was it this? Was it that? there's 3 or 4 variables. As long as you have 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 3 variables for those procedure codes out the CPT book, we're going to talk about that, then you know exactly what to code. So he met, the physician met 2 out of the 3 variables, okay? And he spent 10 to 15 minutes with that patient. Okay, what that CPT code says, and it has it all in writing under evaluation management, that is going to be a 99201 code. That's the 1 means first level. If it's 99202, the 2 means second level. If it's 99203, the 3 means third level, 4th level, 5th level, and then it goes on to something else, okay? All right, so the higher the levels, the higher the dollar, okay? 201 is $100, 202 is $150, 203 is $200, 204 is $250, 20, it goes higher, okay? All right, so you get your coding correct. Now you got all your coding in place. You got your lab codes, you got your radiology codes if they apply, and now you're gonna put them on the CMS 1500 form. And y'all can Google in your book, CMS 1500. You can go to the index and try to find it if you want to. And it's 6 lines. So you can put 6 codes on 6 lines, okay? And then there's ways to work around it, but I'm just gonna keep it simple for today. And then on box 21, you can put up to 21 diagnosis codes, okay? Not all diagnosis codes are gonna be relatable to every procedure code. They're interchangeable, interrelatable, okay? All right. Now you got everything filled out on the CMS 1500 form. So now steps 11 and 12, the claim is going to be transmitted. It's going to be transmitted by way of clearinghouse. So let me write this on the board, okay? Write this in purple. Okay, so this is you. This is you. Y-O-U. Okay, so you have done the job coding. You have done the job billing. Now, if it bills and you only have 10% or less to kick back, and we're going to have a conversation about that a little later, okay? Then it goes through the clearinghouse, okay? From the clearinghouse, it goes to the insurance company, okay? Be it commercial or Medicare, okay? All right, and then after that, it'll come back to you. So that's the adjudication of claim in a nutshell. This is you being the coder, making sure everything is going to be coded correctly. The diagnosis code is correct. The procedure code is correct. How much time the doctor spent with the patient. Then you're going to put on the CMS 1500 form. You're going to press that lovely enter button for all 100 claims to be sent. All 100 claims going to go to the clearinghouse. Maybe 90% are through, 10% going to come back because you didn't mark female, or you marked female when it should have been male, or you said that the person was born in 1969 and they were born in 1970. For any little thing, sometimes it'll kick back at you. But please make sure your kickbacks or your error rate, that's what kickbacks are, your error rate is 10%. Okay? Make sure it's 10%. If it's 20% and you doing that every day or 3 days out the week, you are doubling your work. You're going to work harder than what you need to. Okay? Now, 90% goes through, 100% goes through, okay, goes to the insurance company. The insurance company is going to process your claim within 7 to 14 business days. By then, it should come right back to you for posting and payment for accounts receivable. Are y'all getting that? The circle of life is the circle of life. Okay, I don't want to sing that. So, the claim transmitted. Provider signature should have been on there. I don't know why they even wrote it like that. It should have been on there before it even went out electronically. Okay. Track pending insurance claim via practice management software. Okay. That's a whole nother conversation. That's a task all by itself. Okay. You have to see, after it goes to the insurance company, you have to see what paid, what was pending, what was denied. Okay. And sometimes you're going to get those checks. And I think Dr. Smith said once before, you're going to get those checks, EFT, electronic funds transferred into an account, or you might get a paper check with a nice EOB attached to it. But it's going to all be one check. Okay? All right. So that's a whole nother conversation. That's more like analyzing. If you're going to be a business analyst for a big billing practice of some sort, or for a hospital organization, association, that's called a business analyst. They make pretty good money. They know how to find money. Those are like your money diggers. You know, so if you like doing that kind of stuff, just sitting there quietly at your desk finding stuff, playing Inspector Gadget, hey, that's for you. Okay. All right. So the last phase of the billing cycle or the revenue cycle process is payer processing. Okay, so payment is received. That's accounts receivable with explanation of benefits. That lovely one that explains what all they did, the adjustment, how much the patient responsibility is, blah blah blah, how much we're going to pay the provider, blah blah blah. We'll look at that. And electronically posted. You're going to post the payments on the account. Bank deposit and unpaid claims follow up. Okay, so bank deposit. Bank deposits are what you collect for co-insurances or co-pays. Now, a lot of these doctors' offices, they do merchants. They are called merchants. And so they use these debit card machines, okay? And they scan the debit card machine. So at the end of the day, you're going to run a tab receipt that's going to tell you how much you have collected through that merchant machine. Okay, and that merchant, whoever that merchant is, it could be Wells Fargo, it could be Chase, and they're gonna have a merchant contract with whomever the middle provider is of that machine, and they're going to send electronically all the money that's due into the account of that provider. Okay, so the doctors get paid many ways. They don't just get paid with insurance companies; they get paid other stuff, other perks, and we'll talk about that. Okay. Bank deposit and unpaid claims followed up. Balance due statement. That's that aging report that we talked about. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, 180 days. Okay. Full payment received and financial records retained. Okay. Making sure everybody's records. Remember I talked about how patients can have credit. I told him that Dr. Smith saw I would call different doctors' offices and stuff, and I find out I have credit on the books, that they owe me some money, but they don't tell you that. They don't always tell you that. And so when I call randomly and stuff, oh yeah, Miss Harper, you got $40. Would you like to use that towards your next office visit? No, send me the check. Because it's Christmas time. I need to buy Christmas gifts. That's 2 gifts for 2 kids. I need that $40. I need that $40, baby. Christmas money get tight. It get tight, baby. Mm-hmm.
I know everything just normally falls out every time something major is needed.
Yes.
Exact time, whether it's poverty, personal, business.
Yes. Absolutely. Now, we've gone over the whole step. If y'all pay attention to these, the phase cycle, the revenue cycle, I know I've talked a lot for today, I'm sorry. If y'all pay attention to all this, this is the guideline of what you need to do in an 8-hour day. In an 8-hour day. You got it. That means you shouldn't be on Facebook, you shouldn't be on LinkedIn, Snapchat, Tweet, Twat. What else is that out there?
Looking for those shoes.
The next Coach and Dooney purse. Instagram. There you go.
eBay.
eBay. So you done told off on yourself.
I get my books from there.
Oh, well, okay. All right. I let you slide. But this is a lovely guideline. So please keep up with this. And if y'all need to bring this with you to your jobs, kind of like, what I need to do? Fold this up in y'all book. Kind of remind you what you need to do. If you need to make a copy and put it on your wall, then make a copy and put it on your wall. Staying busy means you staying out of trouble. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. It's just plain and simple. Okay? All right. What time is it, y'all? 'Cause I can go on and on. Oh, it's a little after 1. Okay. Do y'all have any other questions for me? I just enjoy y'all so much. Do you have anything else you want to add, Dr. Smith?
No, just that I will be here with you on Thursday, and everything that you've gone over in medical terminology, just review it. And also, what I told you about the other day in the medical insurance, about the caps and the skills that's needed, the meaning of compliance, medical insurance. So the term, so that the money, what else do we have? But just restudy that, and on Thursday, and you all don't go outside of class and set anything about it, we'll just have both those tests on Thursday. And that way you can have that out the way, and, whatever time we have left, we'll do some discussion and medical insurance, taking up on where you all, were today.